Hey guys, just waiting for some people to get into the room here. This is live, guys. Yes, it's live. Press 1 if you guys can hear me. That would be nice. Yeah, there is some sort of delay. Okay, thank you, Tammy. Okay, so it is 12:31. I can start now. I got a few things to cover today. If you are here, great. If not, this is going to be recorded. Shut off the sound here to my phone. Okay. So, welcome to the live show. This is, my name is Mike, once again. And we did this last week for the first time, live Q&A, which was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. A lot of people had a lot of questions for me. Today, I want to cover a few things, one of which is going to be a big announcement, which I will get into pretty quickly. But today, I want to cover this thing called WebDriver, which people seem to be very paranoid about. I want to talk about how you can become your own small-time VA to have a very small clientele, but make a couple of extra bucks on the side. I want to talk about a few case studies, people who have used the software and were very successful, true stories, they're not exaggerated or made up, and discuss a few sharing and following combinations that might help you out a bit with your software and your closet. So there's this thing called WebDriver. It's a big rumor going around that the bot companies are using this thing called WebDriver in their software. And what WebDriver is supposed to do is supposed to tell Poshmark that you're using a bot. It sends a signal to Poshmark that says, hey, there's a bot on my machine, come and ban me now. So I just want to let you guys know that Poshmark Pro Tools does not use WebDriver and does not use anything like WebDriver to make our software function. We run on our own independent drivers and independent files, and we have no dependence on Poshmark API because there is no Poshmark API. We rely strictly on scraping information and taking that information and turning it into usable information for our software to complete its tasks. So there is no WebDriver. That's just a myth. There is no risk of you getting banned because of WebDriver or anything that has to do with that. So the people who made that up are pretty naive and stupid, and I'm just going to say that right off the bat. They're just dumb. Just don't listen to them. So that's out of the way. Today we have released the ENL Edit Next List module, I'm happy to say, and it's a very, very huge thing because we were testing this for a while, and we finally got to release it today. So if you guys go on our website, you will see it. I kind of messed it up on the front page so you can't see it, but it is in the shop. But right now, if you go and restart your software, you can use it. You'll get 50 free ENLs. That should be good enough for you to test it out. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it looks like. I'll open it up right here. So this is the ENL module right here. I did a few test listings here off of a test closet, so you guys can see exactly what's going on with it. Basically right here, you're just going to click fetch listings, and all of your listings are going to pop up in this box right here. It's sort of like Instaposh. Actually, it's almost the same thing. So you press fetch listings, all of your listings show up here. You can either select them all with this, clicking that big check mark, and you could unselect the ones you don't want, or you could even go and delete listings. It's very versatile, it's very easy to use, it's very clean and simple and to the point. And then once you have all of your listings selected here, and you have selected the delay, normal randomized delay, you can go and press start, and what that's going to do, it's going to ENL all of these listings real quick. It goes really fast, guys, so really be careful with it. That's why we put like a variable sort of random delay here so you don't get caught. But you won't get caught anyway, but you know, just play it safe and put a really space out your delay pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it, but there was a lot of programming that went into this. It's a very complex code. So right now we are running a special on it. You'll see it on the website in the shop. You can go and purchase it once you have tried it out. So, all right, let me just check the chat here for some questions. Guys, if you have any questions, please put them in chat. If you are curious about anything at all, that's why we do this live, and we want to answer your questions. Well, not we, me. You know, I guess, you know, I count as everyone who works here at Poshmark Pro Tools. Let's see. Janet Kelly. Let's see. Do other bots use WebDriver? Apparently they do. I'm not sure which ones. I'm not going to call them out because I don't want to kill their business. But use my bot anyway. Use Poshmark Pro Tools. You don't need anything else. If you're going to use, after you've been using it for like a year, then you're just like, let's just put it this way. Poshmark Pro Tools is $80. So if you use that other bot for 8 months, then you have already surpassed what Poshmark Pro Tools costs. And it's a lot cheaper to use Pro Tools than it is to use something monthly, unless you are subscribing to our scheduler, which makes sense because it's a subscription. Does not do the same thing that extension bot does. It's totally different. But they have a lot of the same features that we have. We just have a lot more features. So, okay. Let's check out a few more questions here. I typically do 6 to 11 seconds. That's pretty good delay. That's, you know, for some people that might be a long time. I generally, like, if I'm going to want to speed up my shares, I'll do anywhere from like maybe 3 to 7 seconds. 3,7, that's pretty good. You're not going to get banned like that. But the only reason why we tell you guys to increase your delay is we really don't want you guys to get caught at all. We don't want you guys getting on Poshmark's radar, which is why we include a lot of security features with that in our configuration. Over here, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, if you look in your config tab over here, we have the delay protection and the throttle limiter. This is going to help you guys a lot. let's see, if you click the throttle limiter, you're going to notice that your bot is going to pause a bunch of times. That's because it is trying to reduce the amount of throttles that Poshmark's going to throw at you. If you guys don't know what a throttle is when Poshmark just completely shuts you down and does not allow you to share or follow at all. It's very annoying. And you are not able to even share on your phone, let alone on your computer. So we have this check mark right here that prevents that. So it's going to pause your bot every once in a while. Not for too long, but maybe for a few minutes, just to sort of reset. And delay protection, that is not going to allow you to go under 5-second delay. So unchecking that will definitely speed you up, but we just keep this here just for protection. So that is that for security. We have a few more questions here. Let's check out. McCabby is asking, what happens when you're sharing to parties when there's no parties? Well, what that's going to do is just going to go to your followers. That's pretty much what it's set up to do in case there's no party. Yeah, there's really not much to that, but it's just going to go to your followers. It's not going to really, because it has no other place to go. So, let's see. McCabby again, can I switch the license to a different PC? Yes, you can. You can switch it to another PC if you email me at support@poshmarktools.com. I will gladly do that for you. No problem at all. Just email me. It might take me a couple of hours to see the email, but I'll try to get on that for you. But you cannot have one license on 2 PCs. You will have to purchase a second license if you want to use 2 computers. But the second license will not be as much as the first one. It's usually half off. And then every license you buy from there on is reduced by $10. Have you ever thought about creating a block for minutes and seconds? If people would rather want to put in minutes instead of doing the math to figure out how many seconds you need to set it at. Hi, Jody. Yes, we have thought about that, but the thing was that there'd just be too many boxes to type numbers into. So we're kind of just streamlining it and keeping it real simple. You sort of get used to it after a while with the whole seconds thing. You sort of memorize what 10 minutes is, 20 minutes, 5 minutes is like 300 seconds. It's, 600 seconds is 10 minutes. And you sort of just get used to it after a while. But that is definitely something I could keep in mind. I would have to figure out a way to do that so it's not kind of cluttering up your window, and just trying to keep it real simple. So maybe like a drop down box or something already preset, and then you could pick the seconds. So like maybe like a minute drop down box, and then next to it you can type in the seconds. So like you drop down to like the number 2, and then next to it you could put 30 seconds, so 2 minutes 30 seconds. That's something to think about. It's a really good idea, and I appreciate that suggestion. That's awesome. Let's see. Can you add a section to add listings to Pinterest? Actually, Jody, we are coming up with a whole module dedicated to social media, and one of those things is Pinterest. We already have the Instagram module, but we are going to come up with a module that's going to have listing to Pinterest, Facebook Marketplace, maybe. We still have to think about that. Twitter, Reddit, and there's a few more that we're thinking about doing. Maybe Snapchat, since apparently Poshmark has this thing with Snapchat. I think it's called like SnapKit or something like that. I'm not really too familiar with it, but yeah, definitely send me an email if you have any suggestions. as far as that goes, social media sharing, because we would definitely love to get more into that, not just sharing within the Poshmark platform. We'd like to share globally, if you may. That would be awesome. Pinterest would be pretty cool. Yeah, it would be. It really would. Let's see. Is there a way to follow a closet following in addition to followers? This used to be an option. Is there? Oh, okay. So the reason why we took that off, it was because it was kind of buggy. And what Tammy is talking about is there used to be an option here. If I could show you, there used to be an option down here where you can follow the closet you typed in here. You could follow their followers or their followings. One thing that we noticed, a few people were complaining that they weren't getting a lot of follow backs when they followed the followings, as you know, compared to the followers, because those people had already followed this closet back, and I guess they're more engaged than the followings for some reason. But we were, this is all just based on statistics and you know, results after testing. So we found that the best way to follow people was to follow their followers, because they're more engaged. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate that. Can I build a product feed? Can you emphasize that question, McCabby? I appreciate that. Cross-listing. Well, like I said, right now we have um, Poshmark to Instagram. We would like to get Poshmark to eBay, Poshmark to Pinterest. I guess we can sort of combine the social media sharing with the cross-listing um, to other selling platforms on those social media platforms. So maybe like you can cross-list from Poshmark to Facebook Marketplace and sell your items there, or cross-list from Poshmark to eBay. The thing about eBay is that you would need proxies. So using you would have to buy proxies for that for your bot if you are going to cross-list from Poshmark Pro Tools to eBay. So that might be a little more pricier option, but we will definitely look into it. I'm not saying we won't, but any sort of helpful tool we can come up with, we will definitely think about. And if it's, the main thing is that it's efficient and it's cost efficient to the client. That's the main thing, which is why we offer a 3-day trial, which I'm going to get into my next subject here. A lot of people have, I've been receiving emails almost every day about how people are using or downloading the trial, the 3-day trial, and they're making enough money from the 3 days that they have the bot to pay for the whole suite package and then some. I just had one person who, she made, I think, $460 in just 3 days, and she'll make like maybe 1 or 2 sales a week, and she ended up making like 20 sales in 3 days or something like that. But she showed me the proof and she showed me the numbers. I was like, wow, oh my god. Um, I've seen numbers with this bot similar, but this girl definitely takes the cake in such short amount of time. It was really crazy. Let's see, we have a few more questions here. A few more questions have built up since the last time I looked. Is there a way to share my signs so that, yes, Tammy, thank you for asking that question. Okay, so the bot does not share anything under $1 or over $999. For that reason, it, for some reason, Poshmark screws up the bot if the numbers are too high or if they are at 0. So if you want anything shared, either set them above $1 or right below $1,000. What I tell people to do is to set it to like 777 or 888. or 8787, like a ridiculous number. As long as it's under 1,000, it looks better, and it will share. It will share everything that is available and for sale. Pretty much, if it has a price tag on it, it will share it. So make your signs have a price tag, like not a normal number, but keep it under 1,000, so that people know that nobody's gonna buy a sign for like $888. Yeah, 777. Exactly. Okay. What about the songs too? If you put Poshmark to Facebook store, then you can purchase the product right from Instagram. Yeah, I've heard that is true also. That would definitely make things a lot easier, for sure. Um, Guys, if you have any other questions, please put them in the chat. I have a few more things to cover today. If you have a Mac, I want to talk about Macs right now. I do have a blog post on the website about if you have a Mac, what you can do. Life's not over. You can still use our bot. There's a few people right now, maybe even in this room with us, that are using this Poshmark Pro Tools on the Mac. So what I'm saying is, let's go look at the blog post real quick. I have a few in Germany and a few here in the United States. I like Germany because they have really fast servers. Believe it or not, it's faster than here in the United States. But with my VPS, I can basically, and they're not that expensive. The VPS I get are like $8 a month, and you could get them at greencloudvps.com. So for $8 a month, you can rent out a Windows machine, just like I'm using here. I'm not using a VPS right now. But instead of buying a computer, you can rent one for $8 a month. Connect to it remotely through your Mac. There's a video on that on our website. I will post that up later. I'll put it in the description of this video. And basically what you could do is load up Poshmark Pro Tools on the VPS on your rented Windows machine and run it like that if you do not have Windows. So, and then you can remotely connect from your Mac, like I said, and run it, no problem. And it will run day and night. You don't have to worry about power. You don't have to worry about turning it off or going to sleep. It's going to run all day and all night. Pretty much. And if you combine it with the scheduler and the 2Captcha API, it's like ridiculous. It's like so ridiculous. You don't even have to touch it for like days, and I'm completely serious. Like, you do not have to touch it unless unless you just want to stop sharing for some reason. It'll do the same thing every single day if you use the scheduler. So the scheduler, I don't know how many of you actually use it, but it's ridiculously powerful. I encourage you guys to at least try out the 3-action scheduler, because it'll do the same 3 things every day at the same time. So, like, if I wanted to share my closet at 9 a.m., I would just select share, and the hour is 9. I would type in my own closet name, how many loops of my closet. Let's say I want to share my closet twice. Reason why 2 is a good number, just a little tip for you guys. If you share once, your closet's going to be upside down. If you share twice, it's going to go back to normal. So always land on an even number. So 2, and however many available listings you have. If you have 100 available listings, and then we'll do some community shares at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I will do 5 loops of 200, and then at night, let's say I want to, at 8 o'clock, follow people who like boutique items. Don't worry about this number. You could leave this blank actually. You don't even have to change it. It will ignore this. So yeah, if I want to follow like 1,000 people who like boutique items, I can do that. And all I would do is press start. So 9 a.m. I'll share my closet 200 times, and at 2 o'clock I will get 1,000 community shares, and at 8 o'clock I will follow 1,000 people who like boutique items. And now putting this on a VPS and using 2CAPTCHA, you won't have to solve CAPTCHAs, and you will not have to touch it because it's on a schedule. And every day it'll do the same thing. So imagine if you have 3 or 4 VPS, and that means if you wanted to do a small little side business as a VA, you can have 4 or 5 clients running on each VPS. So yeah, that's another way you can make some extra bucks. Let's check out the questions. Anybody? Oh yeah, there's a few. Great tip on the signs. You're welcome for the tip. Thank you, Glenn. Glenn's a great guy. I've been emailing him back and forth. I hope we got everything set up for you. So can you explain the new ENL feature one more time? I want to make sure I understand what it does. Sure, that's fine with me. Let's go back to ENL. I didn't do anything crazy here. All I did was log into my Poshmark account. Once I was logged in, I checked over here which I wanted. Did I want to load 30 listings, or did I want to load all of my listings? So just for this example, I loaded 30 listings. So once I put the number in here, I'm just going to click Fetch Listings. It's going to populate all the listings that I need in this little box. I can select any listings I want. I can delete listings I want. And I can also load listings. Like, let's say I only wanted to load Nike listings. I could just press type in Nike and press fetch, and it will only load my Nike listings. If you just wanted to, you know, kind of filter them out, it's fine. And just make sure that your delay is set. This is a fine delay for ENLs. We've experimented with it. We haven't been throttled at all, but since this is a new method of sharing that not too many people do all the time, kind of play it safe with a long delay. So once you have all your listings populated in here, check the include button and press start, and it will begin to ENL each listing. It's very simple, very easy, and that's how it was designed. So that's the whole purpose of why it took so long, was just to get the simplicity down, because it's almost as simple as Instaposh, if not much simpler. Now guys, also I do offer some coaching on the side. If you guys are interested in me coaching you, just send me an email at support@poshmarktools.com. And also, if you have any general questions, if you guys have any more questions right now, put them in the chat. But I do need some more ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for me as far as other platforms that you might want to automate, I'm looking more towards right now Mercari and possibly eBay, but I'm not too sure what I can automate on those platforms. And I was also thinking of Depop, Bonanza. There's a few other platforms too, but if you guys have any ideas or what might be useful, please send an email. I would truly appreciate that. And I am grateful for all of you guys, and you guys make this all possible. So go on the website, check out ENL. If you well, actually, all you have to do right now is restart your bots. Restart your bots, check out ENL. You get 50 free ENLs. If you like it, purchase it. It's only, I think the price is on the website somewhere. Go check it out, and thank you guys for showing up today. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video.